All my dear students, a very warm welcome to the next session of our present indefinite tense. Okay, so last time we had discussed about the affirmative sentences of present indefinite tense, right? And today what we are going to start with is, as I had promised you that time, that as I had promised you last time that we are going to start with the next type of sentences in the present indefinite tense only. Those are the negative sentences. Okay, so that day in the first part of this particular tense, present indefinite tense part 1, we had discussed the affirmative sentences. And now in this today's session, in part 2 of this live video, we are going to have the discussion on the negative sentences of present indefinite tense. Now what do we mean by a negative sentence? If I am saying a negative sentence, what does it actually mean? As the affirmative sentence means a positive sentence where we just make a statement. In the same way, a negative sentence is what? Where we actually shows a negativity, means by saying or adding not to that sentence. Now how do we add not? Can I just say that I not like you? I not eat food? Can I ever say that? No. This is not the right way of saying a negative sentence. Now when I talk of the present indefinite tense and here I am making a negative sentence in it, how would I make it? Every time we have to add a not to a sentence, we always have to add some helping verb to it. Okay, so here the helping verbs of present indefinite tense are do or does. As we had done in the affirmative sentences, I told you two different rules of making the sentences, right? Alright, in the very same way, depending on the subject, we are going to choose our helping verb. Now we already know that we have two types of subject. One is the singular subject, another is the plural subject. Singular are the people who are one. And the singular pronouns we already know, they are he, she, it. Okay, and the plural pronouns we already know, I, we, you and they. These we have already discussed in our part 1. Okay, so now when I am making a negative sentence with all these subjects, in the singular subject I am going to use a different helping verb, and if I am making a sentence with plural subject, there I am going to use a different helping verb. You cannot just make sentence by adding do or does by your own choice. No, we can't do it. Okay, so while making sentence with singular subjects like he, she, it, or it can be any name or any one person, it can be an animal also. Okay, so there I am going to use does not plus first form of verb and object. Okay, so how are we going to make sentences then? If I say this dog does not bark, this dog does not bite, this cat does not fight, my mother does not cook food for me. So what am I doing here? I am making use of does with singular subjects. Okay, now one more very important thing, that while speaking we always use the contracted form of verb. Now what is contracted form? If I say contracted, that means the shrunk form of this verb that we are going to use it here. We have just shrunk this does not into doesn't. How am I going to say that now? This dog doesn't bite. I won't say this dog does not bite. It is this dog doesn't bite. So we always use the contracted form of the helping verb here. with not. Okay, in the same way, when I go to the plural subjects, so going to the plural subjects, we have I, we, you and they. Alright, so there I am going to use do not. If I make a sentence, I do not wash my hands. Okay, so how would I make it in the contracted form? That I don't wash my hands. Okay, so this is again a very important rule in speaking. When we speak, in speeches always you should use the contracted forms. Now mind it that when I say in speaking, so here speaking means the casual speaking, not that you are somewhere in a formal meeting, you are in an interview and you are making the use of don't and doesn't there it is not required. Why? When you are talking with your friends, with your family, there you can easily use the contracted forms. You should rather use there the contracted forms more by using doesn't and don't. Okay, I don't want to have an ice cream today. So how am I saying that I don't want? You don't have to take off your shoes. So you don't. Okay, so this is how we are going to make sentences with the negative form. Okay, I hope this is getting clear, and if you guys have any kind of query, you can type it in the comment box and I'll just have a look at that. Or what we can do is, then we can just move forward. Okay, so hello everyone, to those who have joined already, thank you very much for listening to me. Now the thing is that if you have any query regarding this particular part, what we are doing right now, the usage of doesn't and don't, or does not and do not, I hope this is making sense to you now. Okay, because in the very first part we have already discussed that where do we use the present indefinite tense. So that I'm not going to repeat here in the second part again. Okay, so let's move on to the interrogative sentences now. Now what are the interrogative sentences? When I talk of interrogative sentences, they are actually the question type of sentences which ask some question. Okay, now asking a question, that again has two types. One is the close-ended question and another is the open-ended question. Okay, so the close-ended questions always have their answers in yes or no. If I ask you, do you take milk? Can you answer me it in yes or no? Can you just type in your comment section and just let me know? If you can just tell me the answer, can you just give me the answer? If I ask you, do you take milk? Do you wash your hands? Can we have this answer in yes or no? Of course, very good. So yes, we can have this answer in yes or no. You can tell me, yes, I wash my hands. No, I don't wash my hands. Okay, so this is how a question has an answer with yes or no, and this is what we call close-ended question. Now how to make a close-ended question? Close-ended question is always formed by using a helping verb. As we already know that in present indefinite tense, the helping verb that we have is do and does. Okay, so how am I making the usage of do and does here? Again, do is used with the plural subjects and does with the singular subjects. So do and does, they will come out to ask the question, followed by the subject, then first form of verb, and then the object, followed by a question mark. That is very, very important. Question sentences are always followed by a question mark. And how we ask, that is again a very important thing. While speaking, now what do we do? In writing, you can write anything, and if you put a question mark, I'll get to know that this is a question. But how would the other person get to know when you are speaking? Are you going to say that, do you take milk, question mark? We never say it like that. We never say, and we never end our sentence with a full stop or a question mark. We don't say. It is how are you going to ask the question, that is very, very important. Okay, so if I ask you, do you wash your hands? So this is absolutely clear that I am asking you a question. Do you take bath every day? Do you have 3 meals in a day? Okay, so all these questions, one thing is that how am I asking, that makes a question, and another thing is that I am getting an answer out of it in yes or no. So this makes it a close-ended question. Okay, so the close-ended question having its answer in yes or no. Now yes and no type of sentences we have already done. One is the affirmative type and another is the negative type. Okay, so if I ask you, do you wash your hands? You can say, yes, I wash my hands. Or if you don't do it, what would you say? No, I don't wash my hands. Okay, so this is how it is done. The answer always comes in yes or no. Now coming to the singular subjects. If I am asking you with the singular subject, who would ask the question? The helping verb is does. So the singular subjects are he, she, it, or it can be any name also, any one person that makes a singular subject. Okay, so if I just ask you, does your sister go for a walk? Now you can give me that answer in yes or no. Okay, can you please just put your comments here? Can you just tell me the answer in yes or no of this question? Does your sister go for a walk? Yes, absolutely. I am getting replies here. Yes, that we can get the answer in yes or no. Yes. Yes, my sister goes for a walk. Now see, my sister goes for a walk. The affirmative sentence has come into picture now. G-O-E-S, goes. My sister goes for a walk. And if my sister doesn't go for a walk, what would I say? No, my sister doesn't go for a walk. Okay, so this is with the singular subjects. How am I making the sentences? The answer would come in yes or no. Okay, so we'll try some more sentences here again with the singular subjects. Okay, so what am I going to say now? With he, she, it also we can make, like the word I have chosen, the subject was your sister, since your sister is one, so that made her a singular subject. Okay, now if I talk of some other subject, you can take an animal also. If you have a pet, you can take the example of your pet also. Okay, so how would you make the sentence? Okay, so can anyone write in the chat box in this comment section? What kind of questions can we have? Okay, with the singular subjects, if I ask, does she wear a nice dress? Okay, so does she? And you can answer it in yes or no. Does she wear a nice dress? Yes, she wears a nice dress, a beautiful dress. No, she doesn't wear a beautiful dress. Okay, so the answer is coming in yes or no. Okay, now can I have some questions from your side? What kind of questions can you make with this particular tense of yes and no? Making the close-ended questions. Please quickly, can I have some of the questions here in the comment section where you are writing that you are getting how to answer in yes or no? Okay, I'm still waiting. For a few seconds I'll wait. Okay, do you eat lunch every day? Okay, how would I answer it? Yes, I eat lunch every day. Or no, I don't eat lunch every day. I skip it sometimes. Okay, in the same way we can make many more sentences. And the things that we do in general, in usual, the things that we do. Okay, so very nice. I've got a question from Avneet Singh. So he has asked me, can you swim in water? So Avneet, this is a very common mistake that you have made. I just want to clear it up. This may be with everyone. Now that we are doing this tense present indefinite here, your query is, I really appreciate the query that you have just sent. So as we are doing here present indefinite tense, so we cannot say can here. The helping verbs are do and does. Okay, so you have to make your sentence with do. Yes, I know it's your question. I know, Avneet, that you have given me this question. Can you swim in water? So it has to be, the question has to be, do you swim in water? Not can you swim in water. Okay, so can is not the helping verb here. Yes, and another one more question I have, that do you wear spectacles? This is absolutely correct, and you can get the answer here in yes or no. Yes, I wear spectacles. No, I don't wear spectacles. Very, very good. So that means you are getting what I am actually trying to make you understand. Okay, Avneet, now this thing, the question that you have asked, just that you have to change the helping verb. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Avneet, now your question is absolutely correct. Do you swim in water? This is absolutely correct. I really appreciate that what I am telling you, that you have understood that, and this is absolutely correct. Very nice. And you can make many more sentences with the close type of questions. Okay, like you have just made, do you wear spectacles? Do you swim in water? In the same way, your usual questions, your mom must be asking you, do you get up early or you just keep sleeping? Okay, so in such manner, your usual questions, they are always asked, the general questions, our day-to-day routine questions, they are always asked in present indefinite tense. Okay, so you can keep commenting here that if you have any other query, we can just, thank you, Avneet, I really appreciate. And you can post some more questions here if you can make. We are still live for 2 more minutes if you can make, because the open-ended questions I am actually trying to take up in the next lecture. If you agree, then I can just take up the open-ended questions here in this lecture only. You tell me by giving me your comments here in the comment section. Shall I go with the open-ended questions also? Just write yes or no and I'll just get to know. Quickly. Okay, I've got one more question. Do you like pizza? Very nice. Yes, this question is absolutely correct. So here I would like to tell you the correct pronunciation of pizza. It's not pizza. So generally people call it pizza, but it is not pizza. It's pizza. Okay, so pizza is the correct pronunciation. Do you drink water? Absolutely. Very, very nice. So I just want other students also to take part, please. Just 2 students are just sending me questions. I would appreciate if all of you please take an active part here. You are learning something. Get your queries cleared. Yes, I see here Abhishek also, he's here. So Abhishek, you can also make some questions. Deepika, you are here, you can make some questions. Yes, you can go. It is not you can go. How do we say that? Okay, so this is not the way that can, because is not the helping verb here, so we are not going to say it in that manner. Okay, either in the affirmative sentence we can say you go and get this thing, or do you go, but not with can. Okay, so this is here I am correcting you again that can is not the helping verb here. The helping verb of the present indefinite tense are do and does. Very nice. So I've got one more question. Does she like chocolate ice cream? Perfect. This is perfect. Very nice. Yes, I have seen one more person. So does he polish his shoes? Perfect. Very nice. Good usage of singular and plural subjects with the correct usage of do and does. Perfect. Very, very nice. Does he polish his shoes, and does she like chocolate ice cream? So here we use does. We don't use do here. Okay. So that is very nice. I'm very, very glad actually that all of you have got what I have just explained to you. So if you have any other queries, you can leave it in the comment box, and this is it for the session for the day. Okay, and I'll come up with the next part of this particular tense where we are going to make some open-ended questions, and I'll tell you how do we speak these questions in many other forms also. Okay, so we'll connect again. Okay, so wait for the next video when we are coming live. Bye bye for now. See you.